Welcome to my podcast where I talk about all things related to money mindset, finance, business, and investing. My name is Royston Cumberbatch, a qualified accountant with over 30 years experience in finance and business.
Welcome to the next episode of the Financial Intelligence Mindset podcast. And we bring you different guests from different backgrounds with different businesses based in different locations as well. Today we got Rosetta Bryson. I'm so excited. I was just speaking and she's actually from simpleTradePro.com. She says she's got one of the biggest African Caribbean fintech company on Wall Street. So I would let Rosetta introduce herself. And Rosetta, tell me about your backstory. Like growing up, were you always into finance, or is it something that you stumbled on or something that you fell in love with?
I grew up in just a regular Black African-American household. My father, if you're African-American, you have shades of everybody. So, my mother is a lighter skin like me. My father is chocolate, Michael Jordan, chocolate black. We were the only blacks on our block for 18 years. So you have to imagine going up and down the block to catch the bus. They would just be yelling, "Nigger, get off our block." So I knew that I hope that's not too much for your crew.
No, man, it's okay, man. Actually, this
you
podcast
asked, so I'm just telling you. So we would have to literally, we'd make our way home, make our way to school. And so from that, I realized at an early age that I'm going to have to do something because I just am not going to be at the behest of anybody. I figured that I didn't know what I wanted to do. I thought I wanted to be a lawyer. But from there, I went to DC, went to undergrad, got a underscience political science degree, then went to Emory, got my Master of Divinity, switched it to divinity, worked in politics, came back from there, worked in the White House, was over religious affairs for the nation's capital. And so then, I just still knew that I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do. But there was one major moment that I just realized that I got to, and I tell the people the story all the time. I went to a HBCU, Historically Black College and University in DC. Then I got a scholarship to Emory in Atlanta. Emory's the Harvard of the South. The South part is what I didn't really get when I took the scholarship because I'm an East Coast girl and went to a Southern school. So that it just was not building up for me. But the first day I went to register, they used to register you in these big gymnasiums. And so I'm looking around this big gymnasium and all this money, it just says cha-ching money. And there was two, these kids, they were brought in by their parents, both their mother and their father. They were taking them to school and they were in one line and I was in a different line. And I thought to myself, this is the deal. The light went on because my parents just were like, when you get there, call me, let me know you got there safe. Because, you had to be sort of independent. And this is what happened. Those kids and their parents were in this line and they were just cha-ching and MasterCard, Visa, American Express, black gold card, black card. And I went into the line. I was in a different line. And I was like, why am I in a different line? But this was the line where you signed your life away for tuition, books, tuition, books, housing, all of it. So before I ever took a class, I was in debt. And I thought to myself, I'm in the wrong line. Now, how come my people are not in that line? And how do I get in that line? And that was I'm in the wrong line moment. I'm in the wrong line. And from there, I already knew that I'd like trading. And one of my college friends, white guy, he had a dad. He said, "Oh, my dad he started this new little hedge fund, I was like, "What's a hedge fund?" He was like, "It's your trade." I was like, "Come, he's like, "Come be an intern." From there, I just was soaking it all in, learned everything that I could possibly learn. And I just would sit back and learn, ask questions. I was savvy, ask questions. I didn't know it, I'd write it down. What you say, what's the language, blah, blah, blah. And did that 2 summers. And then the one summer I was there, they were these boys, because it's a boys network. It is and I can say white boys not to offend anybody. Listen, finance, Wall Street is a $4 trillion a year business. 0.179% is Black people.
Wow.
So trust me, if I went in there, I was the only Black, I was the only woman. These white boys would come with their Series 7 license, having passed the Series 7, don't have a clue how to trade. They would say, send them to Rosetta, send them to, I'm like, come over here, let me just teach you. Forget everything because you're doing it the hard way. Let me teach you how to do it the simple way. Thus, Simple Trader Pro.
Wow, Rosetta, that is That is a journey and a half, man. And I like the fact that you're taking us back from right where you grew up, through college, university in the South, right back to Wall Street. You know what I mean? So I mean that is a real journey. So let me ask you this, right? When I think about trading, I think about finance and Wall Street. The courses that you did at school, were they like mathematics oriented or were they finance oriented? Talk to us about that.
I'm self-taught, so no, I didn't anything. I was going to Emory to get a Master of Divinity, which I got.
A Master's in what?
And a Master of Divinity.
Divinity.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Master of Divinity. So that's where you hear me. People say, "Bishop." So,
okay. So you're officially a bishop as well.
I am.
Right.
I am one of the few women, but this is business. So my business arm is always been trading. Always, and that happened in 2016. I became a bishop, but I thought this is not going to sustain me. I still have to do my love, which was trading. And in 2016, my sabbatical year, which I was supposed to take off, I took off, didn't speak anywhere, didn't go anywhere, produced this program that I have been, I've been secretly telling people, teaching people, and put it in form, built the company around it, and started it in 2017. Day one, it was profitable.
Wow. I love it. So simpletradepro.com, right? So
Simple Trader Pro.
Simple Trader Pro. So you said you were self-taught. I mean, I do a bit of trading and stuff. Mm-hmm. I've lost a lot of money. I've made a lot of money. I don't use any fancy algorithms or powerful computers. So talk to us about simpletradepro.com. What exactly is simpletraderpro.com?
Simpletraderpro.com is two facets, and we use all the fancy computers, algorithm, back testing, AI. I just purchased my own AI company in December of 2020. So it's not even a year old, where I was working with a company to do the back testing analytics that I needed done for my company. And they looked like they might have been going out of business. I reached out to the owner and said, come on, partner with me. And so I ended up buying the company and taking the 12 employees with them. So my company has grown, and I think that we are compatible to anything you see on Wall Street. It's all virtual, but our morning setup is just, it's virtual. People trade virtually now. So we have a trade room, a big trade room where we have people in all over the world. We have people from Canada, Dubai. We have their 12:30 our time, Dubai, Australia. We got people from just almost every country that comes in and wants to see. If you want one of the top traders, we are retail traders. So versus the institutional traders, come on over to my room, see what it looks like, and learn. So
I love it. Yeah. I love it. That's really powerful. So talk to us about your typical customer or your typical client. Who do you trade for?
Originally, my original customer was people who had already traded, or people who had heard of me through all the stuff that I've been through working with other traders, hedge fund. They would send their people if they wanted to know how to trade, because it's very hard to teach trading when you're trading, or it's very hard to teach people that you already know. So they send them to me. A lot of people's kids, they would send them to me, but the majority of them, the first year and a half, were all white people, white boys. And I was like, there's got to be a better way, because my company is built to give access to people who've never had it. And let me show you top down. I'm going to approach you like you've never traded before. I can have you up and running, knowledgeable in 60 days. Or if you traded, made a little, you lost a little, you've never been a consistently profitable trader, come see me. And if you already trade and make money, just go to the trade room. So those are the two options. You can go pay to be in the trade room with us every month, or you can take the course and then, join the trade room.
And it's all virtual. Am I correct? The course is virtual.
All of it's virtual.
All of it is virtual. All right. So talk to me about this, right? I mean, and I have actually interviewed a trader recently, but he was crypto trading. You said that you do retail trading, right? So let's go back. So you said that you train people how to trade. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So what kind of programs do you have? And if I may ask, if someone wanted to invest in your trading program, do you have different levels that people can come in at? And what kind of pricing? I mean, just give us some transparency.
Well, we have a course that takes you from zero to nothing. So let me tell you what the course looks like. The course is, there's 2 modules you have to learn on your own virtually. And then my crew sets you up on a simulator and you have to pass the first module, do the homework, pass the second module, do the homework. We tell you what all the tech is that you're going to need. We set you up on a simulator. Then you come spend a week with me. And when you spend a week with me, I teach you all of the stuff that I can't put on virtual because it's proprietary. I'm going to teach you how to trade and make money. So you spend one week with me. You have the two. I do it once a week with all the people who are in the courses. So you can take that course, but 1 week with me, and then we put you in the trade room. Let's show you how to make this money live.
I got it. So I'm going back to a very basic question. Somebody like me or someone else listening to this podcast is listening broadly in America, mostly. It's listening in the UK. It's listening all over. I mean, I think there's over 40 countries, right? I've had a couple of thousand of downloads. So this is going to be a popular podcast, no doubt. So somebody is listening to this and it goes, I want to make some money. I want to learn trading.
Then come sit with me. Let me just say this.
What kind of funds do they have to put out?
The course is $4,000. It's going to be the best $4,000 you've ever invested in yourself. You get what you pay for. Yeah. And so for people, if you don't have it, save up to get it. Save up to get it because it's well worth it. It's just like a semester in school. It's the best semester you've ever taken because once you know it, no one can ever take it from you. And I can assure you that math, that syllabus that you've got, that history is never going to make you the kind of money you will make from investing in yourself for this course. Never.
I like that.
It's an investment. Let me just say this. We have literally, I want to say 100%, but I'm just going to move it on down to 98 because there's people that move and travel in our trade room. People who have come have never left. And we've been here for 5 years, never left. They're in there every day making money.
Wow. I love it. Yes. So $4,000 for the course. And now people have to get the equipment, the computers, the this. So how much is the total investment you think someone has to put up?
You got to have your own laptop. You got to have at least one monitor to start. So I'm going to say, depending on, we walk you through all of that. So just call us if you want, before you want to make the investment. If you're not sure, most people have a laptop. You don't have to start up with the very best to learn. But once you start making this money, you're going to want the very best. So you need a little laptop. There's criteria in terms of how fast it has to be. So I always tell people, don't put anything else on it. Just this your trade computer. It's money in the bank. Don't junk it up. So then you have to have at least one monitor. Go to wherever you borrow a monitor. People don't even use monitors anymore because they're on the laptop, but you're going to need it because you're going to look at various screens as we trade. So that's what you have to have. Other than that, come learn because it will change. You know what I say? Let me just say this. I teach people 3 things. I promise 3 things. I promise I can teach you to trade anywhere in the world. I teach you to trade and never lose your principal. And I can teach you how to trade your way out of a mediocre life to a better one because
I love it.
This allows people to dream again. You know, it's hard to dream again when you come out of school, you're in debt, you have what? You have a car note, you have a mortgage, you have kids, you have daycare. By the time you get through on Friday, you get a paycheck, it's already spent. You can't even dream. How come the ballers and the shock of the drug dealers no, there's people really making money every day. So that's what we do. That's what we do.
I got it. And Rosetta, to be honest, this podcast is a little bit different. I've gone in straight into Simple Trader Pro and what exactly do you do? Because I thought that's best for the audience and probably best for you. But let's backtrack a little bit, right? Let's talk about money mindset and your money mindset. So you grew up, as you said, pretty much a family that didn't have the black card, the Amex, all that kind of stuff. So from a money mindset perspective, when you were growing up, what was your view, say as a teenager, what was your view about money? Did you see money as a good thing or money as something that is just to be used and to get by? I mean, how did you view money as a youngster?
We were the working poor. We lived we were in the middle class house, but we were the working poor. And I'm telling you, we lived from paycheck to paycheck. And so it looked like one thing because the lawn was mowed, the house, but we were barely making it. And I'm going to tell you something. There'd be days I'd come home and the electricity would be off, or there'd be days when I would come on and the water was off. And so we had this little thing where we could go out to the yard, take this little metal thing off the thing and cut the water on. My parents had 5 kids. I'm the middle of 5. But the savviness of it is that, so we started working as teenagers. We'd work anywhere. We got to work, so we had jobs. So it wasn't a matter of working, but it's being smart when you're working, how you're going to work, how you're going to work this thing. The good news about that is that I knew what I didn't want. I knew that I did not want to struggle and be poor. So it is a mindset. And it's still a mindset for people, because there's people that believe, the harder you work, the better it will be. How many people have that have 3 jobs that are doing well? They're not. They're still barely making it. They're still barely managing it. They're living from they may have one thing, and they're not yet. When they get 64, they get sick, they retire, and they have nothing. And so I've never met somebody with 2 or 3 jobs that is doing well. So this is what I say. Do something that's going to educate you and leave you generational wealth with trading. Trading is a love for me, right? But for somebody else, it's a means to an end. It's the way to make money so I can flip houses. It's the way to make money so I can go to school. I've started a philanthropy for Black kids, Black and brown kids from the middle school. I don't want high school, the middle school, from the 7th to the 9th grade. If I can get you from the 7th to the 9th grade, you will never sell a drug. You will never sell your body. If I can teach you to trade that early, like kids of other nationalities do, then your life will already be impacted and changed. And so I'm a believer that it's life changing. Yeah.
Good. So that's all great. That's all good. I believe as well, and you're convincing me. But I want you. This is called the Financial Intelligence Mindset Podcast. So we zoom in a lot on your financial, on your mindset aspect. So when you talk about that change in the line moment, right? When you were at university and you realized that you were in the wrong line, right? So
yes.
So talk to us about the journey that you went on from being in the wrong line and becoming a trader. What journey did you go on yourself? You talk about self-taught. Talk to us about the
self-taught in the way that the journey was, I was going to learn everything that I needed to learn. And I was not going to go to Wharton. I was not going to go to Harvard or Princeton because I didn't have that kind of money, but I was going to stay if I could find some legit white or Black brothers, whoever the brothers are, were going to let me in the room. I was going to get in the room. I was going to learn everything they needed to learn. I was going to ask the strategic questions. I was going to learn how to do not just equities, commodities. I wanted to learn everything. And I was like a sponge soaking it up. I figured that if money is the way to do well, and my heart is to give back, then let money come into my hands. Now, there's a difference between having money and being wealthy, or rich and wealthy. There's a whole different kind of swagger with wealth. Because I started trading with some boys who were like, it's 12 o'clock. There's only so much money the first week. There's only so much money you can make. It's 12 noon. We're out of here. We're going to play golf and we're going to play tennis. Half of them went to play golf, half of them every day, squash, tennis. So I was like, only so much money you can make. Let me change my mindset. What are you doing that from 9:30 at 12 every day you were already gone? There's something there. And I just needed to learn it so I could teach it to my people. So the mindset was,
No, it makes sense to me, because obviously oftentimes when I trade, let's say from 8 p.m., because I'm currently in Caribbean time. So I trade Asian markets, which open.
You do Forex?
I'm not a Forex trader. I trade mainly indices and commodities.
Okay.
And a bit of Forex. Yeah.
Okay.
I find for me, like, the spread is smaller,
Okay.
So,
yes.
And rather than trying to trade not just Forex, but if I try to trade equities, I find that they have a broader spread, and you have to put a bigger margin. So that's what I trade personally. But it's not about me. It's about you, and it's about simple trade, and it's also about the audience that are
Yes.
listening. So talk to us about, like, so this mindset of you make some money and then you go and enjoy life. And then you mentioned that there's a big difference between having wealth and having money, or being rich versus poor. Talk to us about the wealthy versus the money mindset.
Now, let me just be very clear. When you first start trading, you're going to have to invest in yourself. So taking the course is investment in yourself. When people are like, I don't know, I was like, well, then you go over there and think about it. Come see me when you're ready. We have never forced anybody. We've never had to convince anybody. We don't do all of that. You want to trade or not? You want to learn how to trade legitimately or not? You want to go to, because you get what you pay for. So, and our motto is never leave anybody behind. So if they're not getting it, we work with them until they do get it. So having said that, the investment, the mindset is, if you can invest in yourself. So when people first make money, they have a tendency to want to take it out. I say leave it in, because the more you have, the bigger you can trade, as you know. So the bigger you can trade. So we have levels to walk the people through. We teach them how to do it so that you are legitimate with the state, meaning that we teach you so that at the end of the year, you don't get a big tax bill. We teach you how to LLC yourself. We teach you how to create your own system so that you're paying yourself once a month or every 2 weeks or whatever it is, so that you're your own legitimate trade company versus individual trading, so that you're not held liable for all those. We teach you all of those things. Having said that, there is a difference between trading and investing, and there's a difference between having money and being wealthy. And so you're not going to get that, just overnight, because all these people have been watching the movies and just think no, you've got to work. This is work. This is work. This is not just, I'm going to come in here and hustle. No, this is work. You have to consider it. So my mindset is, do you want it? Whatever it is you want, you can have. And that's what I was going to share with you, because it's what has made me think this way is, as a little girl, my mother would say one thing to me: you can have anything you want.
Of course.
Anything you want, if you work for it.
Of course.
And I just had to decide which work I wanted to do. So having said that, the difference between having money and wealth is money, you still have to manage it. I've got to pay a light bill, a car. The wealth is already there. It just pays for itself. And so there's the mindset. There's the difference. And wealth doesn't parade itself the same way as money. So I just want to say that there's a different, you heard me say, there's a different kind of swagger that comes with wealth. And it's not necessarily a boastful one, but it is just there. It's a naturally there.
All right. I hear you. Right. So someone is listening to this and they currently have a broke mindset right now. I'm going to say a broke mindset. For me, a broke mindset means, like, at the end of the month, you get paid and you just want to have a good time. So you never invest in yourself, or you never invest in assets. Maybe you gamble it. To me, that's a broke mindset. To me, a wealth mindset to me is like, it's obviously managing your emotions at the heart of it. I personally feel that wealth is a matter of managing your emotions. Now, you understand that you can take this money and have fun with it today, but if you invest it, you can have fun for the rest of your life, probably, right?
And the lives for your children and your children's children.
And your children. So that's like generational wealth. So if there is someone listening to this right now and they've got a broke mindset, i.e., you work, get money, get pissed, get drunk, have a good time. Next week, you're broke. Just work from paycheck to paycheck. And we want to switch them over to a wealth mindset where they invest in themselves, like they invest in Simple Trader Pro, or they invest in whatever they want to invest in, and they build generational wealth. What tips can you give them to start changing their mindset?
First of all, every time you have an opportunity, I'm a believer. If you have an opportunity, take it. I'm a yes person, because so many people, they want it. When the opportunity knocks, I say yes. If it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out. But I still say yes, walk through the door. There's so many people. There's stuff you've asked for, prayed for, thought about, wrote down. Here it is coming to your door. And you want to call your 5 friends, text 7 people, email, and ask them their opinion. This is an opportunity. So this is an opportunity. Take it. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting? And for all the people who said, if I only had time, well, COVID has given you time. What are you waiting for? This is the decision. You have to decide, no more excuses, ex parte. There's no more excuses. Let's go. Let's do this. And if it is an opportunity, so I would say, if this is what you want to do now, if you're only doing it because you're chasing, do it with the love of what it is. Because you're not going to stick with something you don't love. I love to trade. I love being a trader. I love having my own company. I call myself the accidental entrepreneur. I didn't start out saying that I wanted to run a company, but here I am running a company that's getting ready to go public. So hello. So it can happen the best, but you have to put one foot in or take the opportunity. If you're listening and you think that you have a mind to trade, take the opportunity. At least go to the website, simpletrader.pro. One of the things that I do is I let people come in our trade room for one day. That's it. And I'll let you do pre-market, and then I'll let you do live. See us make money. It's funny that you said that about trading, because they've back tested me. I'm through. If I trade at regular trading hours, I'm through. The bell rings at 9:30. Bing, bing, bing. 9:33. I'm done trading. I'm done. I've already made my money. I'm gone. So I say this: the opportunity is there. Decide if that's for you, and let's go. Quit getting it and take a leap. It takes a leap.
I got it. So you think that mindset is taking a leap?
Yes, taking a leap. If not, you'll be right where you are this time next year.
Yeah.
Having the same old conversations with the same old people. Take a leap. Let's go.
I mean, it kind of makes sense what you said, right? Obviously, a growth mindset is obviously taking a risk taker. If you fail, you get up, you brush yourself, and you go again. As a matter of fact, there is no failure. There are only outcomes, right? You learn from the lessons that you from your outcomes. So,
love that.
Okay, so that makes sense. So talk to us about you personally. What has been your biggest financial mistake or biggest financial, loss, and why you think that happened?
My biggest loss was I was impatient. I was expecting a trade to drop. It dropped. And I listened to someone who thought it was going to drop more, because this is when I first started trading. Every night you are trading, though, that stuff bounces. You got to wait for the bounce. And I got out, and I got out. Well, it went back up and exceeded where I was by $20. And I just was like, I will never make that mistake again. I'm going to be a little patient, because patience is a virtue, and I need it. You have to look at all of the levels. This is when I was young, didn't. So I'm very patient, and the expectation is, be a little patient, because it will help you in the end.
Yeah. So how much did you lose?
My biggest loss was that one.
Yeah,
that was about 16,000. 16,000.
Yeah, $16,000 is your biggest loss. Okay. And what has been your biggest financial success?
It's a stock called Tillery, TLRY. It's a cannabis stock. As a matter of fact, it went from within days, it went from 60 cents to $300. It was my first seven figures in a day.
Wow.
The 2 days before it, I made six figures. And the next day it kept going up. And one of my partners that trades with me, he's like, I've made enough money. I'm getting out. Get out or you're going to lose. I said, I'm going for it. And I said, walk me through, because we trade together. And I got 7 figures in one day. So that was that's on Tillery. I don't even trade Tillery anymore out of respect to, I think I killed him.
Yeah. How much did you invest? I mean, how much did you trade at the time?
Well, I I kept adding it as it went up. So probably a good less than 25K, because I started at the bottom.
Okay.
So if you're starting, at 60, I had 10,000 shares at $1.
Yeah.
Then it snowballed.
You started growing. Well done to you. Well done to you. Mm-hmm. So, and I'm going to ask you this question. Do you think trading is for everyone? And who is trading not for?
I think trading is for people who, I think it can be for everybody. But if you have an explosive personality and you don't understand, there's some days that some stuff just happens. So you have to play by the rules. And the rules are we have mechanisms so that even if the stock drops, then you are kicked out, you're stopped out. So if you don't play by the rules, it's on you. And some days, even with that, you have to be a big boy, big girl. This is the cost of doing business. No one wins every day. So if you're in a group when everybody's always winning, if they're lying, they're lying.
I got it.
If you're trading big, now, if you're just trading 50 shares, 100 shares, or 200 shares, we don't trade like that. We're trading minimally 20 and 30,000 shares a day. So we have people that are making millions. So if you're just trading baby trades, then that's one thing. But you got to ladder yourself up to there.
I hear you. It makes sense. Yeah. So I mean, I can see what you're saying, right? It's not for everyone, but it's probably for the people who are willing to learn from the mistakes and then probably go again. So for risk, so you say it's for risk takers?
Yes, because there's a risk reward. You have to know what the risk is going in. What is it? What is my risk? If I'm getting in a stock that has already clearly had a bottom and I'm close to it, that's the reward is it will go up. The risk is it goes down a little bit. There's ways to look at it. So I think once you learn them and you live by the rules, then you're bound to do well every day.
Good. So talking about rules, right? So I understand obviously that trading is mainly, I mean, there's fundamentals and there's technicals, right? And you talk about the difference between investing and trading. Investing is more based on fundamentals, value investing, where you understand the company, you buy it, you hold it, it goes up over 10 years. Trading is more on the technicals. So talk to us, give us some gems in this podcast.
Well, I think there's both. I use both. We're traders, but I could care less what the director, how many shares he sold, and unless it's going to cause the market to move. I think that there's a right volume, there's a right spread, there's a right, there's proprietary stuff that we do look for as traders, and we run it through our trade room. But I think that as a trader, our deal is to get in and get out. We get out, we're making our money and going home. I've always asked traders that the mistake is that you've made your money, that you don't get up from the table. Get up, let's go home, see you tomorrow.
Okay, so yeah, I'm trying to get in some of the more nitty gritties just for you to drop some gems here. Are you saying that? And I've been to a trading course that's been days on, and one of the top traders, she was saying that she's in and out in a minute or 2 minutes or 30 seconds or 30 seconds, right? That's how she trades. Obviously, she trades big, she wins big, and she's out. Is that how you trade? So is that how you teach people to trade? Or do you teach people because for example,
that's trading. So that's not investing. So I don't care about some of the fundamentals. I don't care about what the outlook of the market is. I don't care about the earnings report unless it's going to cause the market to move that day. I don't care about, what you're getting ready to buy from your company. So I care about, is this thing moving? Does it have the right volume? Is it doing what we needed to do, the things that we needed to do with our method? Because if it is, we get in, we make our money, we go home.
Right. I hear that.
Yeah.
So let's break it down. Are you a day trader, swing trader, minute trader? What
kind
of trader are you?
I'm a retail trader.
Yeah.
We retail. So I don't get with the whole day trading talk. That I'm a trader just like you. You trade for the institutions. I trade on the retail side for myself. So I'm a retail trader. I'm a momentum trader. We're looking for that momentum.
I got it.
Yeah.
And when you say a retail trader versus for the person who is listening, I mean, I try to give gems as well here. So retail trader versus institutional trader. Can you explain that for us?
An institutional trader is a trader that trades every day, but they're funded by a company. So they get paid to come in and trade. They usually trade in sectors, whether it's tech, whether it's industrials, whether it's EV, whether it's energy, oil, gas, whether it's, whatever it is, retail, they come in and they trade their sectors and they go home. They work for the company at the end of the year, depending on how much money they made, the company gives them a big bonus. That's how they're the Wall Street. That's Wall Street. Well, this is that's on the street. We on the corner. The retail crew is on this corner making this money. So when you hear about people like the Reddit crew or people like my crew, we're retail ballers. And what we do is we probably trade just as big as them, but not as big because, retail, institutional traders are trading hundreds of thousands of shares a second. And we don't trade that big, but we do trade. And we do at any given time, it's probably an etch in the market. It's not a big move in the market, but retail traders, you trade with your own system. You trade from your own. You're still trading, but you're trading from home or business, and you're still trading the same. You're making the same trades, but you're not working for an institutional broker. You're working for yourself.
Yeah, you work for yourself. Yeah, I get it. I mean, I get it. I just actually wanted you to kind of break it down and explain it to someone listening.
How'd I do?
Someone listening, so they actually know what they're actually getting into. All right. So how much of a what kind of an educational background, based on your average trader that you have seen, the ones that you have seen, what kind of a background do they have? I mean, are they mathematically minded, or they
no?
I mean,
that's why most people say they have all of these myths that you've got to be great in math. I can teach you. You can be okay, mediocre in math. 2 + 2 = 4. I can teach you how to do what I call fintech math. Because it's not just regular math. You got to learn how to count shares, or you got to, there's a different way of math. It's not hard, but you've got to learn how to count differently. And so you don't have to be a mathematical genius. No, you do not. And you already know, sir, that everything is online. It sort of adds up for itself depending on the broker you're using. But you do have to know what you're doing, and you do have to know how to read the information. Example was the little young boy that killed himself from looking at a Robinhood option call, and he thought he lost money, but he made money, but he wasn't able to read correctly the P&L. And so he thought he was in debt, in trouble, committed suicide, young teenager. So you have to know how to read that. And that's why we break it down. This is what this means, A to Z.
This is serious stuff, man. You're right. I mean, to me, a lot of it is actually controlling your emotions, and some logic, some technical, but not so much being mathematically minded. So let me ask you a question.
One of the things,
go ahead.
Can I ask you, can I say this? One of the things you said was, is everybody cut up to be a trader? Well, one of the things that I say all the time is, if I've got to pull you off, if you make a bad trade and we've got to pull you off the ledge from jumping over it, or you act up and you cussing everybody, and no. This may not be for you, because real life stuff happens,
of course,
to every trader. And so you do have to be emotionally strong. You have to be, if you could just follow rules, if you are, if you could learn them and follow them, then you will do well. So I say this to you, it's not for everybody. If you're a disruptive, eruptive personality, it may not be for you, or it may be. But if it's going to cause you to feel like, I lost $1 or $2 more than I wanted to, and I'm just going to, jump off the building, not for you.
I got it.
Yeah.
So just moving on a bit, I ask a question to everyone. What does a financial mindset means to you, and how important is that? You think that is important to not just trade, but to build your wealth, to build your wealth as a trader, investor? How important is it to have a financial financial intelligence? Sorry. How important is financial intelligence? Yeah, to be a wealthy person.
I think that it is I think that it is learned. Number one, it's not given, it's learned. So at any point in your life, you can learn. You can stop bad behavior and learn to have a financial mindset, which means that I'm going to not be moved by my emotions or what I see other people have. I'm going to make small investments daily. So every investment I made, whether it's the investment of keeping my $6 instead of going to Starbucks every morning, buying that macchiato, caramel, whatever it is, at $6 that I'm thinking nobody's paying attention to, and bring my own coffee to work, so that by the end of the year, I've saved $2,000, and that $2,000 is now a base for me to trade, or a base for me to now invest. And in 5 years, that $2,000 becomes 50. Come on. I think that you have to decide, and it's about making a decision. How do I want to live from this moment forward? So I don't care about all the mistakes you've made. I don't care about the debt you in. I don't care about who you owe. If you want to start again, let's start right now where you are. That's the mindset that I'm not going to make the mistakes of yesterday. So everything you have to write. I'm a writer. I believe in writing it down. Write down where your money. Most people don't even know where their money goes.
Exactly, I agree, because they don't have a budget and they don't track the budget either. So that's just common sense. So thanks a lot. That was really good, and that was mainly on the financial mindset. The question I really wanted to ask you was on the importance of financial intelligence. It's linked to the mindset, but just how important. What does the term financial intelligence means to you, and how important do you think it is?
I think financial intelligence is being educated about what is happening in the fintech market, both nationally, globally, and locally, and how it affects your life. You cannot act like you're not in the know. You cannot. You've got to know what affects you. You understand? So I think that it's about being educated. It's about reading. It's about keeping up, knowing what, where, and it making investments instead of buying, instead of buying, the next great cell phone, which, I think you ought to, take a year and invest in a Wall Street Journal article. Read it every day. See who's moving. See if the SpaceX is moving. See if the EVs are moving, because that's a whole nother sector. See now they used to have mid, small, large cap. Now they got mega cap. Who are the companies that are now considered mega caps? You've got to know what's going on. You can't even be a great investor with not, if you're saying, I'm going to take my money and invest, what are you going to invest it in? What do you know? And you have to be educated. And that's no one's responsibility but yours.
I love that. And I love the way you actually break it down and the way you actually explain it. It's really, 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 really good. So that's cool, man. So talk to us now about, like, once people make all this money, right, from trading or investing or whatever, what's your view on diversification? Like, so do you the people you roll with, so do they invest in like real estate, or do they invest in, I don't know.
I think you have to be balanced. If you put all your money in one sector and that sector goes down, if you put all your money in tech and all you got is Amazon, Apple, Snap, Tesla, if it's all in tech, then you're going to be in trouble because tech can fall. I think you've got to be very balanced and trade within. If you're going to invest in the market, invest within those 12 sectors. Number one. Number two, do something else with your money. Our people, and I'm going to tell you, people that look like me, walk like me, talk like me, Black people like me, they're very, very savvy. They got their own swag. So sometimes money has held you back. When you get it, already have a plan what you're going to do. I'm going to invest in a business. I'm going to flip homes, which is lucrative. I'm going to buy. Right now, people are like, I got to buy. No. You got to buy and hold. This is not the moment to sell anything. This is the money to buy and hold it, because there's no more land being made. Buy it and hold it. And then if you don't have the money to fix it right now, just hold it. So when the season comes, you can then relay that out. So there's so many avenues. We are the best, savviest entrepreneurs I've ever met. Let me tell it. Half the stuff that's been invented has been invented by us, but we didn't ever get credit for it. So I think I hope that I don't care who it offends. So I think, because I know I'm telling the truth, I think there is something to diversification. You can't leave, even the old people used to say, don't put all your eggs in one basket. You know that. So you have to be balanced. Don't be ill-balanced, be balanced, and stay out of debt. Stay out of debt. Once you get out of it, don't go back in it. There is good debt. You have to use credit cards. It helps you get what you have to do. But there, don't be prone to go back into that type of debt. You won't if you're running a legitimate business, because most of the stuff you do will be business-minded expenses that get written off. So you have to understand how that works.
Wow. I'm so happy that you came on, man. You're giving us so much stuff today to think about. So let's drill down into a little bit about the debt and the good debt versus the bad debt. What in your mind is good debt? So, for example, if someone is listening to this, they have been listening to this, and they go, Simple Trader Pro. They've Googled you, they've seen who you are, they've heard everything, and now all they have is a credit card that they can invest into your program. Is that good debt?
Yeah, I think it's good debt. I think some credit cards, depending on what your ratio of credit card is. If you only have, I want you to go work for it and save for it versus then max out your credit card. If you have your credit card and you're sitting on $50,000 in credit cards, then that's okay. But if your credit card is maxed out at $5,000, then that's not wise. It's wiser to save your money for a month or two, come up with it and pay for it. Do you understand? So I say that to anybody. People ask me, no, save your money, because you don't want to be under that kind of pressure as you're learning. Yeah, I tell people all the time, don't even borrow money for my course. Don't even borrow money for my course. Now, the good credit, you need credit. So that's not bad debt. As long as you are keeping it below 10% of the amount that you're given, and as long as you are timely with your payments, never be late. All right. So those are the two things that I tell you to do. But I think I would never tell anybody to go into debt to take the course. I will say, go work for it. Or if you got it and you just, yeah.
And for anybody listening, I mean, what you've been describing is something called a credit utilization ratio, which is if you have credit of 100,000 and you use 10,000 of that credit, that is a 10% utilization ratio. So instead of, if you only have 10,000 and you use the whole 10,000, that's 100%, which is very bad, So I hear what you said. But I want to challenge you on this. If simpletrader.pro.com can really help people to grow their money, and they have 4,000 or 5,000 on a credit card, maybe they have 50,000 available. So now they have the 5,000.
Come on, spend the 60 days with me. Yeah. Come on. So I wouldn't have no problem. Yeah, come on. And again, I tell you, go to my website, simpletraderpro.com. One of the things that I do is I let you come in and see us make money. One time, come see us make money. Then you'll be like, okay, my eyes are open. It's not fake. It's not a, whatever. It's a course. You're going to take the course. You're going to go through the course. You're intellectually stimulated. Your life will change. Come on.
Yeah. So after the 60 days and they do the course and they're all in and they do all the programs and they're fully in, what can they expect back in return?
Now you're going to get a broker, and we'll tell you the brokers to get, and you will start. First of all, I don't want you to trade your money. You come into my live trade room for 30 days. You get 30 days free in the trade room. I need to see how you can trade. I can hear you in the trades you're making and tell you what kind of trader you are. I can hear you and tell you what kind of trader you are. So I've got to figure out if you're getting everything, if it's working, what kind of trader you are. And then we release you to trade bigger trade, then you're good.
Yeah, and is people trading, is that mainly on the U.S. market? Is that mainly U.S. trades?
Yeah, we trade the U.S., we trade CME, we trade ICE, we trade the NASDAQ. Yeah.
What I meant is that, and the people who enroll on your program, are they mainly U.S. people? Do you have UK people? Do you have Africans?
No, we have people all over the world. I told you, I don't know if you heard me. We have people from Dubai, Australia.
Yes, you said.
Jamaica. We have people from the Latin Caribbean countries. Come on. Yes.
I understand. So you have people from everywhere.
And quite frankly, there's a couple of brokers outside the United States that are better for people outside of the United States to go to. You get a better margin. In the United States, they'll give you,
For example,
CME. They're out of what's right there near Tobago. That's where they are. And their companies worldwide, they give traders 6-1. In the United States, you can only get 4-1. Or some of the other ones we let you know of if you're outside the United States. They limit their people where you can get better rates. So we tell you where you can get, if you're outside the United States, where you can go to get a better leverage.
I hear you. So yes, I hear you. So that makes sense. So trading seems to be simpletraderpro.com is the way to go if people are looking to invest in themselves. If they already have the money and they're looking to invest in themselves, learn to trade, and then hopefully, obviously, make some money. And then, and then you mentioned earlier about trading versus investing.
Yes.
If someone had $100,000 right now, would you say to them trade the whole 100,000, or would you encourage them to invest a portion of that?
I'd encourage them to trade first. I would tell them to trade.
Trade the whole lot? Trade the whole
if you
lot?
had 400, no. If you had, are you saying they had 400,000?
100,000 US dollars.
They had 100,000. I would say put 50,000 in a broker because they're going to give you 4-to-1, which means that you could trade 400, at least 400,000. You can trade 200,000 worth. You put 50 in, you get to trade 4-to-1. That's 200,000. That's all you really need. You can double what you have. Then I say start investing.
So when you say give it to a broker, you mean is it the person trading or the broker trading?
No, you're going to put it in a brokerage. You're going to put it in a brokerage and you're going to trade using that money.
Yes, I understand. Yes. Using what you're going to teach them.
Using your money. Yes.
Using your money. I got it. So Rosetta, you shared a lot of stuff on here. So the best place for people to start, is it to go to simpletraderpro.com? Simpletraderpro.com. Yeah.
And if you go there, there's a thing that says, come to a free day in our trade room. Just sign up. We'll send you a link to get in. If you can't get in that first time, we'll send you another link. We want you to come and see because seeing is believing. You hear me talking, but have you ever seen somebody make money like that? And come see. Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. And can people email you or contact you, or do they just go back to your executive assistant?
You can go to the website, or you can hit bishop@simpletraderpro.com.
Is that your email?
Yes.
Okay.
Bishop@simpletraderpro.com.
Okay. And on the internet, where can people find you?
Simpletraderpro.com.
I like that. Once they go there, they'll find you. Okay.
They'll find me. Simpletraderpro.com or bishop@simpletraderpro.com.
Okay. So I think earlier on, before you actually wrap up, I think you mentioned that you see the company going public. What is your vision? What is your vision for simpletraderpro.com?
Can't say everything yet, but I think that we're going to be that one-stop place where people of color come from all different countries to trade. I think we're going to be that trade house. I think we're the trade house where people can come and make trades and feel comfortable being there.
Yeah, well, good. Well, look, it's been a heartfelt pleasure having you. And I'm very, very sure that I'm going to be watching you and monitoring you. And I hope you do. Very likely to even get involved as well. I mean, basically, I think you actually sold me simpletraderpro.com. So
we'll come visit. I would love for you to come visit.
Yeah. Have you got any scholarships? Have you got any specials? Any promotions?
Listen, I don't have. We just went through Labor. You missed our Labor Day promotions. You missed the Labor Day promotions. But one of the things that we were doing, we were taking a little bit off the course, $250 off the course if you signed up by Labor Day, and we were just overwhelmed with the amount of people who trade.
It's gone.
It's gone. But for the people that say they heard it here, I'll match it.
Yeah,
if you tell me that you heard it from Outsource CFO, if you say this is where you've heard it, and it's working for you.
Yeah, but most likely, if you heard it from the Financial Intelligence Mindset podcast.
Correct.
If that's
now you have to say that,
from.
and I just joked on your name, but
I know.
Financial Intelligence podcast. That's the podcast. That's exactly what I need you to say. Financial Intelligence podcast. We will give you the Labor Day special because I know that my IT took it down.
Anybody listening and they're listening to this and they want to get involved. They want to become a trader. There's a unique opportunity. When you go to simpletraderpro.com, you said that you heard it on Financial Intelligence Mindset podcast, and you're going to get $250 off. So I'm encouraging people to sign up, and for every 10 people that sign up, maybe I get something back. I hope you remember that.
Yes, talk to me. You talk to me. I would love to bless you. I think, because what happens is, can I just share with you?
Of course, go ahead.
I always get these skeptics, and then it's just their mind is blown, and they're just like, oh. So would love to talk to you if there's any way that you want to bring a whole crew in. It would absolutely benefit you. We'll talk about that off
course, off camera, offline. So offline. Look, Rosetta, it's been a heartfelt pleasure speaking with you. All you have to do is just send me just a little bio of the 2 paragraphs, so I can put in the show notes. Of course, put your websites, put all that kind of stuff.
And you didn't get that? They didn't get that to you?
Maybe they get it to me already. That's probably true. I know you're very efficient, and you came highly recommended. So it's been really, really good speaking with you, and I look forward to hoping I get some good news of all the people who listened and signed up.
Absolutely.
And I'm making money.
This, let me just say, this mindset podcast, I want to say it correctly, is just needed. And so thank you for creating it.
Yeah, of course. Because I think what I do is that number one is sharing knowledge, but it's all about helping people to understand that there is opportunities out there by just changing the way they think.
Yes.
And changing the way they look at things, you know. So for example, yes, someone might be listening to this and maybe they wanted to trade. Maybe they thought trading is a scam, trading is losing money. And what we are saying here today is that first invest in your education. Take a course, learn how to trade before you go and trade and lose money. Work with professionals who are actually making money day in, day out. And by that way, you're safeguarding yourself from scammers. So, so that's kind of what we're saying. I mean, of course, I cover different businesses, different backgrounds. It's really great to have you on. And I'm sure that we'll be speaking again soon. So thank you for coming on.
Very welcome.
Take care.
Thank you very much for listening to my podcast. I hope you enjoyed the show. You can find out more about me by Googling my name, Royston Cumberbatch. I'm on all the social media, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. You can find me on YouTube as Roy Cumberbatch. And if you are listening on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button, or you can find me on my website at www.racmacs.com. That's RACMACS.com. It'd be great to hear from you. And do feel free to tell me about any topics you want me to cover on future episodes. Until next time, be good to yourself and others, keep positive, and reaching for your financial goals. Bye-bye.